How long do you see Fantasy Flight Games supporting Champions? And do you think they will do a core repackage like Arkham and Lord of the Rings? Okay, so with that, what I would say is they will continue to support it for two things, right? Two things. One, if the designers keep wanting to do it. Like if Caleb, as long as Caleb keeps wanting to do it, they'll keep doing it for sure. And two, as long as it makes money. Now, two is definitely happening. We know that from the earnings call on Embracer, Embracer? I think it's Embracer, is the parent. So, right, it's Fantasy Flight Games, who's owned by Asmodee, who's owned by Embracer. Embracer has said on their earnings call that Marvel Champions, their Marvel IP line of card games, because the CEO probably doesn't even know what the game's called, has made them a lot of money. That's what he said on his earnings call. It made them enough money that they said, hey, Asmodee, you should be settled with a ton of debt. And that's what they did. And that's not like a fear thing of like, oh, it's going to go under and whatever. But I think they need Marvel Champions and Star Wars Unlimited to keep doing really well for quite a few years. So anyway, if I was to like guess what it would do, I think as of today, they probably have like 5 more years of like solid content. If they do 2 cycles a year, then 10 cycles. But I think after that would be about 10 years, I think, of total time doing it. And that'd be like matching like Arkham and Lord of the Rings and stuff. Assuming Caleb still wants to do it, I think that's when it starts like slowing down a little bit. No particular reason, just like gut feeling. That's all. But with all that said, why do you think Fantasy Flight Games ditched Netrunner? It seemed to have a huge following. It had a dedicated following. I don't think it had a huge following. I honest to God don't think it had a huge following. I think it had a very dedicated following. But it also could have been because of lack of interest on the designer's parts. So like, because you have to, for the LCGs, you have to keep pumping out expansions, right? You have to keep pumping out expansions. And I feel like Netrunner didn't do a great job of that. I can't fully remember. Saint Matthew, welcome. Do you think Asmodee saddled with debt means they will be under pressure to increase content, more releases in a given year? No. I don't think so. I think what's going to happen is as long as they're trending in the right direction for their saddled debt, everything stays fine, right? Nothing changes. My biggest fear is that if things don't, the way companies look at things is that, well, if you're not making more revenue, you have to cut expenses. And usually that leads to a death spiral, right? There are so few instances where companies that are running lean to begin with, which Fantasy Flight Games is running pretty lean. Maybe they could be like a touch leaner, but probably not. There's very few instances where it makes a lot of sense to make a company even leaner when it's already lean, and it just won't work. So, honestly, I'm already overwhelmed by how many cards we have. Marvel Champions can stop in 5 years. I don't need another 50 to feel like I played everyone enough. It's a lot. And I know a lot of people are upset about this slowdown that we've had. And as a player, I get it. But as a content creator, I hate it and love it. Obviously, the lack of new releases and stuff like hurts me financially as a channel, which is not me complaining. Like it is what it is, and it's totally fine. But also as a content creator, it's been really fun to go back and go play older heroes again, which I've really enjoyed. Because, excuse me, last year it felt like we would play a new hero to death. Like I still haven't done Iceman's review yet, and like before in the past, like I'd be under more pressure to get that done faster, and I haven't really done it yet because Nelson already came out with his. A few people already came out with theirs, so it's gonna do worse on the algorithm, like for search algorithm wise. Like it will do well-ish for me, but search wise it won't do great. So I have to figure that out, but we'll see.